Zenith have always got their fingers on the pulse of the watch world, just as they had in the 60s, spending nearly the entire decade developing the El Primero to be the world's first integrated automatic chronograph movement. Back then, the world was crying out for innovation, new techniques, new designs, and new possibilities. Now, the world tolerates innovation, but yearns for tradition. Vintage reissues, old darkened loom, and most importantly, smaller sizes. The Zenith Chronomaster Original offers both progress and nostalgia in spades, with a faithful recreation of the first Zenith A386 in a handsome 38mm diameter, and the modern generation of the Hi-Beat El Primero movement. The Chronomaster Collection offers 3 variants of this original design. The ever-loved white dial, available in either stainless steel or 18 karat rose gold, carries tritone subdials that seem to give the dial more space as they're distinguished. The third variant is a gloriously warm reverse panda affair, with a slightly off-white array of subdials that harmoniously complements the parchment shade of faux aged luminous paint. Overall, the dial layout is just perfectly balanced. The elongated numerals around the chapter rings and minute markers are crisp and add just the right amount of complexity. The colour-matched date window isn't obtrusive, so the symmetry isn't disturbed, and the Zenith logo is tastefully sized, with the El Primero script all it needs in terms of boasting. Speaking of the El Primero, the latest generation of the tenths measuring chronograph is both capable and gorgeous. It's as technically impressive as it ever was, with its 36,000 vibrations per hour beat rate, 60-hour power reserve, 35 joules, and of course that vibrantly blued column wheel. A great amount of the movement can be seen through the skeletonized winding rotor, decorated with the Zenith star, showing off a variety of attractive surface finishing techniques. The column wheel gives the chronograph a satisfying click when engaged, enhancing the experience of using the movement as intended. It's also worth talking about the case of the A386 as well, because it's not just special for being a medium size. It's true that 38mm is a little smaller than we're used to these days, with manufacturers pumping out seamlessly endless chronographs and divers that treat 42mm as a sweet spot. But there's so much more involved than just case diameter. The lugs are well shaped, emboldening the curves of the case by angling down and forming a rather aggressive tip before meeting the strap, as well as helping the watch conform to the shape of a wrist of any size. But the presence of the watch is in no way diminished. Its mix of finishes, with quite a harsh sunburst brushing on the lugs and a smooth, high-polished thin bezel, creates a wonderful contrast of textures that helps each individual element pop. Once on wrist, the Chronomaster Original carries itself with Goldilocks proportions. If you're a leather strap fan, the gold reference comes on a coffee-tone brown strap, while the white on steel reference is supplied on a navy blue to complement the minutes register subdial. But, if opting for the reverse panda dial, you're treated to a suave steel 3-link bracelet with wide, flat and chamfered outer links, enhancing the retro style, and high-polished center links adding some reflective eye candy. Should you need any more convincing of the Chronomaster Original's flair, a click of the pusher also unveils a unique display of the second hand, skipping across the dial once every 10 seconds, allowing the tenths to be recorded as the whole seconds are recorded on the 3 o'clock subdial. Considering the price of a vintage A386, the RRPs are absolutely reasonable. The white dial in stainless steel is $12,200 Australian dollars, the panda on bracelet for $12,900, and the gold case on blue leather is $27,400.